Good morning guys, and welcome to this edition of Hikerpedia. Today I'm going on a big one. 4 days in and around the Xueshan area, and we're going to 3 peaks. We're going to Jianshan and its bigger brother Dajianshan, and also Jiayangshan. Now I don't have Andrew or Hugo with me today because neither of them are up to it. But I do have Tim.
Hey.
My new hiking buddy, who's actually from the same place as me back in the UK.
Wolverhampton.
He's been in Taiwan for a while and he's climbed many more of the Baiyue than I have. How many is there?
This will be 47.
This is his 47th, so he's about 38 in front of me. I've only done 9. So yeah, we just parked at the trailhead and then we're walking up to a place that sounds dangerous.
Fire lane.
Fire lane. But I don't think there's going to be any fires. But anyway, we'll see you a bit later on. Okay guys, we are here at the trailhead after about 3 hours, and in a minute we're heading up. Where is it? Oh, right up there. And we're at about 1550 meters, and then we're heading up there and towards our camping spot for the night, which is at about 2400 meters. So we got about 900 meters climb now. Honestly, I'm not looking forward to it, but whatever. So, let's go. It's quite steep, but according to this sign we've only done 1 kilometre or just over, and we've still got 10 to go. Honestly, it feels like it should be the other way around. Okay, we made it to the top of the first ridge, and now we've got a nice view that's opened up. The sun's setting. Well, it's already set. We're closing in on our campsite for the night, but I'm not sure what the light will be like when we get there. It's quite a brutal day. I mean, it's a nice trail, it's nice and wide, you can see, look, and it's on a nice ridge. It's not difficult at all, it's just walking, but it's been very steep uphill, and because we're carrying everything the first day today, and then tomorrow morning we've got to carry all our stuff up to our second campsite. Then when we get there we can dump a lot of it and then travel the ridges to the 3 peaks. So all the hard yards are today and tomorrow morning. Good morning guys, it's day 2. Just finished breakfast, packed up and getting ready for another hard one up into the ridgeline and then to our second campsite, which is Yo Po Lan, I think. And then we're going to dump all the stuff, head across the ridge to Jinshan. So it's going to be a tough day, so let's go! Okay, we made it to Yo Po Lan campsite. As you can see, the weather is not good. I mean, it's not that cold, it's not windy, it's just very cloudy, and there's very light rain. It's kind of like cloud mist rain. So we're just gonna find a place to pitch our tents and then head on to Jinshan, which is like about a 3-hour return from here, so we're trying to get that in and come back here for tonight. Alright, well, we're 2k from the summit of Jinshan, but I don't think we're actually going to see it because the weather's taken a turn for the worse and it's very foggy, misty, rainy and wet, but we're doing okay. First real shot of Jinshan. 1.5k to the summit now, but the weather is really shit. It's not cold, not windy, but it's just raining and it's horrible. Yeah, so we carry on. Now, unfortunately, that was the last piece of footage I filmed, because around half an hour later, and still around 800 meters shy of the summit of Jinshan, I made the call to turn back. There were a number of reasons for this. The main reason was that I didn't think that I could get to the summit and then back to the campsite while it was still light. It was around 3:20 p.m. at the time that I made the decision, and I figured we were at least half an hour away from the summit, and so that would have put us there about 4 p.m. and the sunset was around 5:05 that day, and I didn't think that that gave us enough time to get back with good light. It might have still been light, but it would have been dusk and some sections were pretty treacherous, so I made the call to turn back. Basically, I just didn't want to risk it. I've got a wife and kids, and there are things that are more important to me than making a summit. Besides, I can always go back. Additionally, my bottom half was soaking wet and cold. My trousers were completely wet through and my boots were swimming. The simple reason is I didn't prepare well enough. I do a lot of hiking, but I haven't, in all honesty, done too many multi-day hikes in Taiwan. I think I've done about 5 or 6. So by those standards, I'm pretty inexperienced, and I made a really basic error. I didn't prepare for every eventuality, because even though the weather forecast said there was little chance of any rain, I didn't prepare for rain. I didn't take rain pants. And so even though it wasn't raining heavily, my trousers just got soaked through from just brushing by the, there's this kind of bamboo in Taiwan. It's kind of like mountain bamboo. It's very short, very small, but it usually lines the paths in the high altitude areas. So brushing past that, the water from the rain just soaked into my trousers and my boots, and they were completely soaked through. That night, it didn't stop raining until around 2 a.m. So I had absolutely no chance to dry my stuff out. So I made the call in the middle of the night to go down the next morning. It's a big decision. I didn't like doing it because I was actually feeling pretty good. Up till then, I'd enjoyed the hike, but these things happen. The mountain will still be there. So you may be asking, if I didn't complete any peaks, why am I making this video now? There's no happy ending, there's no glorious summit pictures to show you. It's just a diary of disappointment, if you will. Or just to show you that things don't always go right. When you go up into the mountains, there's a certain element of risk and things can go wrong, as they did for me on this occasion. And I decided to go down without making any peaks. It's a bit of a bummer, I know, and also for Tim, because he spent a lot of time planning the trip, so I've already apologized to him for messing it all up. Yeah, so I mean, the lessons I learned were that even if the weather forecast says everything's going to be great, you need to prepare for the worst. And just one simple, silly thing cost the peaks. And so that's the lesson I've learned from this trip. You've always got to prepare for any eventuality, because when you're high up in the mountains, you can't just pop back to the car to grab something, because the car's like 10-12 hours away. So yeah, that is the ultimately sad story of my trip to Jinshan, Dajinshan and Jiangshan. But I'm not disheartened. I'm going to try again in the future, and I'll consider it a lesson learned. A bit of a sad ending to today's video, but that's it. If you enjoyed it, don't forget, give me a like, and you can always subscribe to the channel. And if you would like to get a notification every Saturday morning when I have a new video out, click that bell. Once again, thanks to everyone who got me a coffee this week. Really appreciate your support. And if you get 3 or more coffees, you qualify for a patch. And you just have to let me know whether you want one or not, and I'll send one over to you. So that's it for today, guys. Take it easy, and I'll see you next week, hopefully with a happier ending. Over and out.